में जब से 22 में ये MOU साइन हुआ, तो मैं कह सकता हूँ कि बहुत ही अच्छा एग्जाम्पल गया है देश के सामने कि सिविल सोसाइटी और लॉ इन्फोर्समेंट एजेंसी कितना फ्रूटफुल रिजल्ट दे सकता है। आज तक हम लोग लगभग 8,000 से ज़्यादा बच्चों को रेस्क्यू कर चुके हैं। इसके अलावा लगभग 500 FIR हम लोग ट्रैफिकर्स के अगेंस्ट रजिस्टर्ड करा चुके हैं। 1100 से ज़्यादा ट्रैफिकर्स इस वक्त अरेस्ट हैं और हम लोगों ने लगभग 11,500 RPF ऑफिसर्स को देश भर में ट्रैफिकिंग के ख़िलाफ़ एक कैपेसिटी बिल्डिंग उनका किया हुआ है। बहुत सारे केसेस में देखने में आता है कि चूँकि बच्चों को ट्रैफिकिंग के लिए कई तरह के मोडस ऑपरेंडी चेंज करते हैं ट्रैफिकर्स, कभी मदरसे के नाम पे, कभी जो है घुमाने के नाम पे, और डेली कहीं ना कहीं RPF और एसोसिएशन फॉर वॉलंटरी एक्शन के लोग मिल करके उन बच्चों को रेस्क्यू करा रहे हैं। और जितने भी देश के हॉट स्पॉट्स हैं, खास करके जो सोर्स स्टेशंस हैं, वहाँ पर हमारा स्टाफ RPF के साथ मिलकर बराबर रेस्क्यू कराने में लगा हुआ है।
Forget 10,000 steps. What if just 7,000 a day was all it took to live longer and healthier? A major new study published in the Lancet Public Health has found that walking around 7,000 steps a day is strongly associated with better health and a lower risk of dying early. Researchers analyzed data from over 160,000 adults and found that people who walk approximately 7,000 steps a day had significantly lower risks for a wide range of chronic diseases. Compared to those who walk just 2,000 steps daily, these individuals saw a 47% reduction in all-cause mortality, 25% drop in cardiovascular disease, 14% lower risk of type 2 diabetes, 22% reduction in depression, 38% decline in dementia risk, 28% fewer falls, and a 6% reduction in cancer risk. Unlike earlier studies that mostly focused on heart health or death rates, this is the first major research effort to comprehensively examine the impact of daily steps on multiple health outcomes. The review included 57 studies, of which 31 were analyzed in detail through meta-analysis, making this the most extensive data set to date on how walking affects health. Interestingly, the study also shows that even 2,000 steps per day provides better health outcomes than being inactive. While benefits for some conditions like heart disease continue to rise beyond 7,000 steps, for most other outcomes, the gains started to plateau after this point. The authors argue that 7,000 steps per day may be a more realistic and achievable target for many people, compared to the commonly cited 10,000 step goal, which was never based on scientific evidence. They say that step count is a simple and effective way to measure physical activity, and these findings could help shape future public health recommendations. However, researchers also caution that for conditions like cancer and dementia,
Welcome back. Child trafficking is insidious. It is all around us. One of Just Rights for Children's many collaborations is with the RPF or the Railway Protection Force. देश भर में रेलवे स्टेशनों पर और प्लेटफॉर्म से ऐसे बहुत सारे बच्चों को बचाया गया है। आइए सुनते हैं कैसे।
I think our association with the Association for Voluntary Action was in fact a milestone in our efforts aimed at eradicating the evil of child trafficking. The Association for Voluntary Action provided capacity building efforts. In different parts of the country, the RPF personnel were provided comprehensive training in all aspects of child trafficking, including the legal aspects, the psychological aspects, and the tactical aspects. And this really empowered our people and also gave them a sense of mission. The results have been absolutely amazing. I'm happy to inform you that for last 4 years since we signed this MOU with Association for Voluntary Action, we have been rescuing on an average 14,000 children every year under Operation Nanne Farishte, where lost, misplaced, missing and destitute children who are found loitering on the railway platform and trains and who can become victims of trafficking have been rescued. So over last 4.5 years, this figure comes to 64,549, which includes about 21,000 girls. So it's an astounding effort. Secondly, for preventing active child trafficking, those results have also been very, very impressive. In last 4.5 years, 2,748 children have been rescued from trains while they were in the process of being trafficked. And more than 750 traffickers have been arrested red-handed. And this has had a huge impact. And we would not have been able to do it without the intelligence support and training support provided by Association for Voluntary Action.
The ICP report says that prosecution acts as a tipping point to end child labour. We also read that number of human trafficking cases prosecuted in India alone is more than the average number of such cases prosecuted globally. Prosecution इतना महत्वपूर्ण क्यों है? क्या फ़र्क पड़ता है इससे? और ये भी जानना चाहते हैं, हम बात कर रहे हैं कि भारत जो है वो लीड कर रहा है, तो भारत के उदाहरण से भुवन जी दुनिया क्या सीख सकती है?
तुलसी रामायण में कहा गया भय बिन होए न प्रीत. That is what is prosecution. The goal, the end goal of any justice delivery mechanism has to be in the prevention of crime. And we must prosecute to prevent. इसलिए prosecution ज़रूरी है ताकि डर हो कानून का. Exploitation will always survive and thrive in a situation, in an ecosystem where there is no fear. That fear of the law must be there. The law must be there to protect the child, to rehabilitate the child, as well as to tell the criminal that you will be caught, you will be punished. That is what is necessary. One. Secondly, India has shown in the example of missing children that prosecution has led to prevention of crime. That is the best example globally. Secondly, we have seen in instances of child marriage, because trafficking also results in child marriage in a lot of cases. In Assam, where the government has had a crackdown on child marriage, there has been an 81% reduction in instance of child marriage within 3 years. So prosecution will lead to prevention of crime. India has shown to the world, prosecute with an intent to protect, with an intent to prevent, prosecute with an intent to attach properties and make it economically unviable, and cut off the tentacles of this crime. That is what the world needs to learn from India.
हमारे चारों तरफ बाल उत्पीड़न है, ट्रैफिकिंग है, बच्चों को प्रताड़ित किया जा रहा है. ज़रूरत है कि हम चौकन्ने रहें, अपनी आंखें खुली रखें, उसे पहचानें. We need to be alert to it, to recognize the signs of it. When we fail to do so, when we look the other way, we normalize it. Here is an account from Vasavya Mahila Mandal, JRC's partner NGO in Vijayawada.
A 17-year-old girl is being told by her mother, the uncle is coming, you entertain and also skip your training classes. She approached with weeping that my mother is telling that do not cry loud if you get a pain also. So what is it showing is the girls are suppressed and the girls are bound to obey the orders for giving a sexual pressure out of it. So immediately Vatsavya Mahila Mandali with its family counseling center and access to justice program, we have counseled her and also produced before the child welfare committee virtually that day because there is no bench on that day. So that's why she was kept in the child care center, and when the 2 days after the girl was produced to the child welfare committee, and the parents have assured after the repeated counselings and long discussions with the Child Welfare Committee and Vasavya Mahila Mandali that they understood the need for the child to go for education, and the Child Welfare Committee has kept them under the legal provisions of Child Marriage Act, POCSO Act and trafficking laws. Then now the girl is going to achieve her dream and admitted in Bachelor of Business Administration.
So law enforcement, prosecutions and civil society organizations aside, since child trafficking is evident around us, what kind of a role can I as an individual play in stopping it, in preventing it?
Report to the police. The more people see any form of exploitation around them and they speak up, the more is the chance of saving a life. We are not talking about numbers here. These are human lives. These are children. They must be protected. And if we fail to protect our children today, nothing else we do in life matters. We can create the entire economic infrastructure, but it must be built with an aim at the future of our country, of our society, by protecting all children.
So the most important thing is to report.
The most important thing is to report. Secondly, at the government level, because trafficking is constantly shifting its stance and the exploitation nature is changing, the government must be cognizant of the fact that we must change the policies soon. We should not wait. All the parliamentary debates can wait. But an exploited child needs to be protected today. People are finding new forms of exploiting the vulnerability of the children. That response needs to come from the public as well as the government. The political will is there, the administrative will of enforcement, the behavior change will of the people at the end of the day is going to be the key in ensuring the end of trafficking as an economical organized crime. At the end of the day, we must remember that if we see a child being exploited, for us it may be just another child in the world, but for that child, what we choose to do in that point in time may make the entire world.
Absolutely.
So to protect children, see, speak, act, protect, ensure that you join hands, you can help, support, combat this evil just by doing what you can.
So cooperation from the civil society is very, very important.
Absolutely.
And for that, it is very important that all of us know about it. Keep our eyes and ears open और देखते रहें अपने चारों तरफ और पहचानें कि ये किस तरह का शोषण हो रहा है और ये भी child trafficking है. इसको पहचानना भी बहुत ज़रूरी है. As we end the conversation today, we must remember that the fight against human trafficking is constantly evolving, and so our response must evolve with it. Just Rights for Children is at the forefront of this battle, with ongoing work in prevention, protection and prosecution, providing vital support to survivors and working to dismantle these networks. We urge you, our viewers, to be part of the solution. आपका सहयोग इस मिशन की कामयाबी के लिए बेहद ज़रूरी है. आपकी सतर्कता एक बच्चे की ज़िंदगी बचा सकती है. If you suspect trafficking or need assistance, the helpline numbers are on your screen: 1800-102-7222 and 1098. And of course, you can dial number 100 for police assistance. You can also contact Just Rights for Children by emailing complaint@avaindia.org. For a comprehensive understanding of the issue and the report, Building the Case for Zero, please scan the QR code on your screens. Let's remember that it is only together that we can make a difference. Thank you for watching.
Some say sport is a matter of life and death. The truth is, it is far more serious than that. Sport is about ecstasy and agony, about pain and suffering, about joy and much more. Some say there's no one better to tell these stories. So here I am. Join me, Boria Majumdar, on India's #1 news network.
Is your business future ready? Join the 13-week strategic ESG certification program for business sustainability and growth for CXO and business leaders by NDTV, Terry and Zenora. Master global ESG frameworks, gain real-world tools and lead with impact. Starts August the 23rd. Enroll now and power your business with sustainability.
Gaikwad is running away from NDTV's questions.
That issue is not before the High Command. It was not discussed so far.
Kolhapuri chappals costing $1,300.
The noise we made finally got heard, and it's so nice that somebody took action on it.
Pictures and videos of women that were taken in the Bengaluru metro, now on Church Street and other prominent places in Bengaluru. We managed to arrest both of them.
We are bringing you now, for the very first time, is that the Air India preliminary crash report is out.
This 15-page report into 10 key findings of what really is being said in this probe report.
What's reporting without impact? NDTV 24/7.
I've been reporting on all issues big and small from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of maximum city is infectious. I'm bringing that energy in our news coverage from financial capital Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian.
Hello and welcome. You're watching NDTV 24/7. I'm Osama Shab. There is a massive row that has erupted over the name of Operation Mahadev. The former Maharashtra Chief Minister, he has made some comments. We'll get to that. But first, let's take a look at the headlines. Row over naming of Operation Mahadev. The ex-Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan, he has asked why a Hindu name for a military operation. The BJP has hit back, says that India avenged Pahalgam and not religion. The family members of a Kargil war veteran have alleged that a group of around 80 people barged into their house and demanded a proof of their Indian citizenship, accusing them of being Bangladeshis. Gundas act against the accused in the Tamil Nadu dishonor killing Surjit. Remember, he hacked his sister's friend Kavan to death. Surjit's cop parents, they have also been suspended. An Assamese actor has been arrested in a hit-and-run case. This actor's rash driving killed a youth in Guwahati. Supreme Court's big observation in the Judge Cash Rao. Supreme Court tells Justice Yashwant Verma, your conduct says a lot. Sonacom star sends cease and desist notice to Rani Kapoor. Sonacom star has sent a legal notice to her over the alleged false claims. Company demands withdrawal of her July 24 letter or face legal action. For the big story that we're tracking at the top of this hour, the former Maharashtra Chief Minister Prithviraj Chavan, he has questioned the name of Operation Mahadev. The Congress leader, Mr. Prithviraj Chavan, he slammed BJP for giving Hindu names to military operations. He in fact alleged that the BJP is mixing religious fundamentalism into everything. BJP is trying to polarize the situation into a Hindu versus Muslim conflict. The BJP, in the meanwhile, has hit back, saying that Congress has issues with Sena and Sanatan. First, it was Udit Raj who opposed the name Sindoor, and now Prithviraj Chavan. He is questioning the name Operation Mahadev.
देखिए, ऑपरेशन का नाम तो धार्मिक आधार पर देने के सिवा उनको कुछ आता नहीं, क्योंकि उनको हर सरकार की जो काम जो भी सरकार करती है उसमें कोई रिलीजियस फंडामेंटलिज्म और हिंदुत्व मिलाना चाहती है। मैं नहीं समझता, मैंने कई सारे दुनिया के लड़ाइयों के बारे में पढ़ा है, मैं कोई इतिहासकार नहीं हूं, लेकिन कहीं भी दूसरे महायुद्ध के दौरान हो या कोई और, कभी भी किसी ने क्रिश्चियन धर्म का किया हो या इजरायली करे हो, मैं नहीं समझता। लेकिन हमारे यहाँ हर एक हिंदुत्व के कोई नहीं, दे आर ट्राइंग टू पोलराइज द सिचुएशन कि ये हिंदू वर्सेस मुस्लिम लड़ाई है। क्या है तो आप बताइए।
कांग्रेस पार्टी ऑपरेशन महादेव के नाम पर भी आपत्ति कर रही है। कांग्रेस पार्टी के वरिष्ठ नेता पृथ्वीराज चौहान कहते हैं महादेव नाम रखना ये कम्युनल है, ये पोलराइजिंग है, ये हिंदुत्व है, ये फैनेटिसिज्म है। महादेव हम सभी के लिए एक ऐसा नाम है जो सबसे ज्यादा पवित्र है और हमारे संस्कार और संस्कृति से भी जुड़ा हुआ है, पर यह साफ संदेश भी देता है। जिस कांग्रेस पार्टी को आतंकियों के हमलों में धार्मिक एंगल नजर नहीं आता, उसको आर्मी के ऑपरेशन में धार्मिक एंगल जरूर नजर आता है, और ये कोई स्लिप ऑफ टंग नहीं है, ये कोई संयोग नहीं है।
All right, my colleague Vasudha Venugopal joins us to get us more on this. Vasudha, it was initially the timing that was a matter of contention, and now the Congress has questioned the name, which gives, as they say, religious color to Operation Mahadev. Take us through the latest.
Well, this is the latest flashpoint between the BJP and the Congress, Osama, and this comment has been made by former Chief Minister of Maharashtra, Prithviraj Chauhan, who's also a prominent Congress leader. And he said that the reason why the BJP or the ruling party names important military operations after Hindu symbols or religious symbols associated with Hindus, be it Operation Sindoor or Operation Mahadev or Operation Shakti, is because allegedly the BJP wants to polarize people and it wants to send out divisions. Now, this, of course, has been responded to by the BJP. BJP has said that Mahadev, or for that matter Sindoor, is not unknown to Indian culture. There is not something completely Hindu about it. In fact, it is about people's symbols. It's about their sentiments and faith. And that the Congress party has insulted, Hindu sentiments by calling these symbols, these words, these phrases as communal or polarizing. So clearly, this is one of those predictable battles between Congress party and the BJP centered around religious identity and symbols. And we'll have to wait and see how the Congress party reacts to this, because more leaders react to this, because only yesterday Priyanka Gandhi said that she had read the Shiv Mantra yesterday. So there was a certain sense of balancing act that the Congress party also indulges in. But clearly this is one of those statements which makes itself very controversial, because this is also an area where the BJP comes to its defense very quickly, because it connects it to mass sentiment and faith, and that quickly becomes a matter of sensitivity in this country.
Right. Vasudha, what the opposition is also alleging, that this is a calculated move by the government to appeal to a specific voter base. What are the potential risks and what are the potential fallout of this politically that we are looking at?
Well, Osama, this is about perspective. So while Operation Sindoor, or for that matter Operation Mahadev can be seen as Hindu by certain people, there is a large section that believes that Sindoor is, of course, associated with Hindu women, or Mahadev is associated with Lord Shiva. There is also a sense that these are also cultural symbols. These are also symbols that are associated with people's everyday lives. So there is a certain sense of association with Indian ethos to these symbols. So clearly there is a social aspect to it, which the Congress forgets and wants to reduce it to just religious symbols, is what the BJP is saying. And for the BJP, it also, is a win-win thing, because the party has never been, shy of its ideology and the fact that it really pushes the Hindutva agenda. So for the BJP, it's a matter of pride that it actually names all its military operations after Hindu symbols, but also makes it clear that these are also social symbols and important for Indian society. But yes, of course, politically controversial for Congress and BJP, because it really takes the debate into that Hindu-Muslim realm.
All right. Vasudha, thank you very much for getting us all the latest and breaking it down for our viewers as well. Meanwhile, it is the government versus opposition, that showdown continues. The uproar over the alleged United States role in the ceasefire has become one of the flashpoints in the ongoing discussions. The leader of opposition in the Lok Sabha, Mr. Rahul Gandhi, he has attacked the Prime Minister, Narendra Modi. Meanwhile, the External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jaishankar, he has toughened his stand on the United States role, saying that there was no US role in the ceasefire. In fact, a day after dissent in the parliament, the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, has once again questioned the Prime Minister. And Rahul Gandhi has said that the Prime Minister is unable to speak on Trump.
Prime Minister has not said that Trump is lying. It's obvious what has happened. सबको मालूम है. बोल नहीं पाए. That is the reality. नहीं, क्योंकि सच्चाई है ना. अगर पीएम ने बोल दिया तो फिर वो खुल के बोलेगा और वो पूरी सच्चाई रख देगा, तो इसलिए नहीं बोल पाएंगे. नहीं, अभी क्या होगा? अभी वो कह रहा है. वो कह क्यों रहा है? क्योंकि वो अपनी ट्रेड डील चाहता है, तो वहाँ पे दबाएगा इनको. आप देखना कैसी ट्रेड डील बनती है.
On the 9th of May, Vice President Vance called up the Prime Minister to warn him that there was, in the American assessment, a massive Pakistani attack which would come in the next few hours. Prime Minister listened and made it very clear that if anything like that happens, it would get a fitting and appropriate response from our side. Now, a few hours later, that happened. And then, sir, that fitting and appropriate response also happened. There was no cause between Prime Minister and President Trump. सर, मैं उनको कहना चाहता हूं, वो कान खोल के सुन लें कि 12 बार